Hi, I'm Akai, beauty content creator and YouTuber.
And I'm Sacha Oko, brand owner of So Aesthetic Makeup and a beauty enthusiast.
Welcome to Beauty in Town. Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Beauty in Town. So today our beauty babe is Lydia.
Oh, beauty babe.
Yeah.
Wow, you get to be a babe.
Yes. Welcome to a pink sofa. We're really happy to have you
Thank you for
here.
having me.
Welcome.
So you're coming to talk everything beauty.
Yes.
You have a movement, unapologetic,
Apologetic.
thick, and
Can
then
be a
you
mouthful.
have your beauty brand,
Yes.
Kinky Matters.
Yes.
Yes, we just want to get to know you, your journey. I know you do this with your mom.
Yes, I do it with my
Okay,
mom.
so
yes.
tell us how.
The story.
Yeah.
I heard you at Hips last year.
Yeah.
And I love the way you spoke and how you represented your brand.
Yeah.
And we feel like even though your platform knows about it, there's a whole market who don't know about it.
Yeah.
Most people know you as an actress.
Yes.
And so when you mention it, some people are like, is she advertising a hair brand or a hair brand?
I know for a long time people thought it was just...
You're promoting someone
Yeah.
else's brand.
Yeah.
So it's quite nice to just break it down for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so Kinky Matters started as a blog about almost 7 years ago. But that's what people don't know. I started blogging about natural hair, my own journey. When I went natural, there was very little information about natural hair out there. But the funny thing is how my mother gets into this. My mother has had this hair recipe for about 30 years. And it's what we would use, the whole family.
Yeah.
And she used to sell it to our, because I grew up in a mission house, so we used to sell it to the church members and everything. Everybody used to talk about this miracle, product. And she would never tell anybody what the ingredients were. So it's what I used to use for my natural hair, and I really just took it for
Your mom's
granted.
hair is game. Your mom's hair level is on a different.
Yeah.
I don't know her age, but obviously she's much
almost
older.
70,
yeah.
Yes, for her age
Yeah.
and the quality
Your
of her
hair,
hair,
yeah.
the length, the everything.
But honestly, when you live with someone, you don't really pay attention to these
Yeah.
things. So I was using the product, but I didn't know, and I was not really taking good care of my hair, to be honest. But because of the product, my hair was always, grown. But it was like. So one day I just asked her, tell me the recipe, and she had always said that was her legacy, and she was never going to give it up unless we were ready to do something with it.
Yeah.
So one day I just got lucky, and then she wrote down, the ingredients, and I said, okay, let me try it, and I started paying attention to my hair growth, and I was blown away.
Yeah.
Because I've been using it for years, but it's just something you dismiss. So I did a few samples, because you're coming into an industry with big names, you don't know
market.
do you understand?
There are lots
so
of brands.
exactly. So I got a few friends and I just gave them samples, and the feedback was crazy, and I was like, what is really in
Like
it?
some money making.
What is
You've been
what
sitting
is
on
in it?
money.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, we had promised her for years. She would always tell us that she's only going to give us the ingredients if we are ready to take it the next
Do you
level.
have siblings?
Yeah, I was just
Yes,
like
I have
us.
2 brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're the one who's taking
Obviously.
over.
I'm the one who's taking
Okay.
But no, it's a family business.
Business.
We had always said that, my brother said, now we're going to make money, we're going to do, but it's like, you make plans, and then, life happens.
Obviously, you have a big career too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, I just said, let me do this. And the response was overwhelming. I started selling this with, no labels. If you see our container, what it looked like before, I just put it out there. I was so nervous. I was like, I know it works. I'm like, what if there's something in it that people are not supposed to, and I put it out there, and then it's just.
So how long have you been doing it for?
The hair products,
Yeah.
we just celebrated our first year anniversary last year.
So you launched it last year.
Yeah. Okay.
In 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
But my mom, of course, she still used to make it
But there was
before.
no name.
There was no
It
name.
was a nameless brand.
It was a nameless brand. And then I had my Kinky Matters blog.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was just easy to incorporate it into it.
So has it also brought you and your mom together? You have a good relationship. How does it work with mother? Working with your mom, being with your mom in the same house. Does she know the boundaries? That I'm your business partner, I'm your daughter. Which one is it?
You know what? Like I just had a moment this morning.
She calls the shots. She doesn't tell you about it.
Okay, so our business is like I handle the administrative parts, the social media, all the other stuff.
You're
When
the
it comes to the
PR,
product itself,
Yeah.
my mom will not even let an outsider come in when she's mixing ingredients.
Oh.
She is so protective
of her
of it. And then there are days when, you know, like, I'm like, because it's a business, so then you want to make certain decisions.
Yeah.
So half of the time I'm frustrated, but then I go to bed, I'm like, I don't know how I would be able to do this without her.
Because you're traveling all the time.
Exactly.
You know, and I don't know, but from being a business owner, you cannot have a business and you're away from it. You need somebody who's got your back.
Like this morning, we had orders, and I was not aware we had run out of a certain, you know, cream product. And then she was like, okay, we have to make product today. And I was like, I have stuff to do. I'm doing this. And then as I left, I was like, I don't know how we're able to do this without it. Because she's able to arrange, you know.
So do you have just one recipe, or like there are different varieties of like
more products?
Okay, so we're that's a funny thing.
We haven't tried it yet, but then once you leave, we are buying it.
Yeah. Definitely.
For sure.
So we started off with the Kinky Matters. That was the main product, and then we extended one for men. We have a full set that has been ready for months now. But you know, when you're starting, that's one of the things I learned about business. Everybody will say, when are you doing this? When are you doing this? When are you doing this? And if you don't take time, you rush stuff, because like things that have happened ever since I got my certification to do it, I'm so glad we've not done it. So we have a whole range of products that have been tested. Everything is ready. We have just not been ready to, you know, launch it. But we are hoping to do it next month.
Are you afraid of people copying your product? Because you know, sometimes even just your name, Kinky Matters, someone will go and write Sinky Matters.
Yes.
Either that, or they'll replicate the packaging,
in
a different name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, you learn as you go when it comes to business. I was terrified of a whole lot of people stealing our name, people, you know, our ingredients.
Even I agree with your mom, because some of the stuff might even say, "Oh, I work for them, so I know the recipe."
Yeah, and if we woke up one day and our product was on Jumia, and then we have not put it there. But I will also say that aside those fears, you learn that it's like water. There's so many brands of water, but people gravitate towards one. Everybody on water. You have to sometimes take a step back and realize there are millions of people in this world. And so I had to, I'm not competing with anybody. I'm not fighting anybody. I'm doing my thing. You can even copy my ingredients and do the same
You're
thing.
not Lydia.
You're not Lydia. You'll be able to sell it the way I do. You don't have the story behind it. You don't know how to use it the way I do. So you can only try, because if you don't take time, then you become so afraid you can't grow your brand.
I mean, you're very transparent as well, and you're very organic. So it's either you're one of those, like, either you like me. I mean, my name. I didn't ask you to come. It's like when she has her page. Like, you have come onto my page, so and you're coming to, you know what I mean.
You know, that's what, you know, you would say, it's funny you say that, because, you know, my fans are called The Core. And my friend came up with the name. It's like, we've known each other from secondary school. He says, you know, with you, someone either likes you or they don't like you.
Or they don't know why they like you. But I always say, haters become believers. They start liking you. They don't even know why they like you, because they hated you so much, and you haven't done anything wrong. And they start liking you, and they can't actually pinpoint why they...
But it's still an hating someone is even an obsession.
Like,
for me, if I don't like you, I really cannot be bothered about you. I'm not on your page. I'm not talking about you. But if you're talking about me, you like me, you just don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Haters become believers. Like, they hate you, but then they want to hate you. But you know.
So like in the clean beauty or organic products industry, are there any people that you look up to, or like, apart from your mom, obviously, like, are there any brands that you desire to like look up to because of the way they do their things?
I'm inspired by so many brands in Ghana. I always give a huge shout out to We Naturals. I know people will be surprised, like, that's your competition. I don't see them, you know, as my competition, because at a point when, you know, natural hair products were almost non-existent here, they are started. Even though we were doing ours, it was home to family and friends. So I'm always inspired by different people, different brands. I go on their pages, like when I started, believe it or not, I actually wrote to, because there was brands that would send me products to advertise for them.
Yeah,
and when
because of your blog, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I started my hair brand, I actually reached out to a lot of them and said, hey, listen, I'm starting my own brand. We are not in competition with each other. I just want to let you know that I appreciate you, and we are in this together, and that's that. Because for me, it's very important. People always say women are their own enemy. I don't believe in that, because a lot of help I've had has been from women, and people who've championed my cause have been women. So it was very important for me to, reach out. People was going to watch and say, why did you even mention your brand name? I'm like, yeah, but I still have my brand. They're not me, I'm not them. They have their own, crowd of people. I have mine. So there's so many, like a long list. And it's not just beauty, brands, other companies as well. I'm constantly reading and learning, about people's failures. There was a girl who used to just be a contributor on my blog, and she started her hair company and it was thriving. And I'm older than her, and every time I'll send her, I'm like, girl, you're doing this. She's like, she's just so surprised, because she would think that, I have a problem. I'm like, no, I'm looking at you like, man, I need to be doing this.
I get that a lot. Like when I see the younger ones, I'm so inspired. I'm like calling like, how did you do this again? And they even boost your confidence.
And you learn from each other at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Where do you think you want to see like your business, Kinky Matters, get to like make your mom really proud?
I would like to believe she's a little proud now. But Kinky Matters, as I shared at Hips Africa, is more than just a natural hair, skincare, soon to be skincare. It's a movement. As a black, natural hair girl in an industry that's not always too kind to people like us, representation is very important. And for me, I present through the brands that I create. So Kinky Matters is about blackness, it's about being bold and unapologetic in who you are. So that is where I see the brand growing to.
I wanted to ask you something before. So I'm just a social Instagram chick. So everything, my reference is this. When people ask me, I'm like, Instagram. If you want to tell me something, just come here. And I noticed that you posted a picture, I don't know whether a few days ago, you're wearing a wig. The mindset of Kinky Matters is that it's all natural.
Yeah.
So, and I see a lot with braids and natural. So anytime I saw you, I was like, why is she wearing
what's going on here? Yeah.
But I was like, what happened?
And I think it's also because even with like natural hair people, like because it's so much like a movement, when they see people with permed hair, like they are coming for you, like, why is your hair permed?
So I try, if you've ever, like when you follow me religiously, I've never once said don't wear weave, don't perm your hair. The only reason why I have been against perming hair is just because of how harsh chemicals are, how it's been linked to fibroid and stuff like that. So for me, anything that starts to hurt you medically becomes a problem. But even with natural hair, not everybody walks around in an afro. Like Akai has had natural hair for the longest time, but a lot of people don't know. So it's not really about puff, power to the people for me. Really, it's about being confident in. If you choose to change your hair and dye it all blue, do it because it's what you want to do, not because you're convinced that that's the only way you can fit in. And that's always been, my message. So I say there are different types of protective style. If you want to straighten your hair, by all means, do it. But the reason why natural hair people are very protective also is because for the very longest time
we're not accepted.
We've not been accepted. So even still on movie sets, I have to fight tooth and nail because there's no real stylist for me.
But honestly, I find that natural hair is more difficult to manage.
And
would you agree with me?
That is a misconception.
It's high maintenance.
That is a misconception. So and that's what we try to do in educating people. If you give me a weave right now, that weave, it was a lot of work. I'm like, how do I have to tongue it? I have to brush it. But if you're doing something you're not used to, it becomes work. Like the kind of combs. So people transition to natural hair want to treat their hair like permed hair. Like the comb you use, you can't use the comb again. The product you use, you can't use the product again. You don't even comb your hair. If you can go for 6 months without combing your natural hair, you can just finger detangle. So a lot of times people come and they don't know. And then natural hair becomes expensive because Once you figure it out, you become excited.
Oh yeah.
Because there's so much you can do to your hair in its natural state than you can when it's permed. Yeah, so like for people who get excited when you start to figure out natural hair, then you become a product junkie. Because there's so much you can do to your hair. If you don't take time, you're spending too much.
Yeah.
So like my product, for instance, why a lot of people buy it because you can use it for a lot of things. But then some people buy 3 products that do 3 different things, but my product does all of those 3 things.
More than one.
Exactly. So natural is really just about education. If you don't know, so I always tell people, I understand when you're not ready to go natural.
Yeah.
That's why I advise to transition. Don't wake up one day and cut your hair.
Yeah.
It takes balls to do
Yeah,
that.
it does.
Take your time, do the transition. My friend went natural. She couldn't. She permed her hair.
Yeah.
When she came back the second round,
She was ready.
if you tell her, pay her today, she will never pay.
Isn't it easier now because like we have access to products?
Exactly.
There's a lot of education.
Exactly.
You can watch YouTube and learn everything. So I think that also helps.
It helps a lot.
Back then, like
Child,
there was nothing.
when I was doing my hair, my hair was very, very short for the longest time because I didn't know what to do with my hair.
How thick is your hair? Very thick, like you cannot comb because it's hard.
I have one of those. I have type 4C hair.
Yeah.
4C hair is a blessing
Yes.
because you have thick hair, which is is great, it's healthy, but it's a lot. Like when I sit in the chair and they are braiding my hair,
Don't finish now.
they're like,
And so before I had natural hair like a few years ago. I'm back to natural hair anyways. Oh yeah, my hair's natural. But I realized that when I used to go to the salon, all they did was complain.
Yeah.
They're combing your hair. Won't you perm your hair?
Yeah.
Your hair is hard. And I feel like now it's gotten better. Like when you go to the salons, they're more accommodating.
And they are now they have natural hair
salons and stuff.
You have to understand that, and every time the video always goes deep into colonization because I'm a history buff. But you have to understand the politicization of, black hair. People still don't get it. So you're coming into a place where people don't know how to handle natural hair. There was this video going around, you're an Instagram person, where the lady insisted that if you come to do your hair, you have to blow dry and all of
flat
those
iron it.
But honestly, if they know what they're doing, you can braid your hair when it's wet.
I do that for my daughter.
Yeah.
It will still
But she'll cry.
clean.
Yeah.
So I've gotten used to washing her hair, conditioning it, just going straight
into braiding.
Yeah.
And it's fine. But a lot of these people, when they touch your hair, they don't know what they're doing. So I always advise, go to a natural hair salon. If you go
But
to a
also
natural...
there's so much information, and some of the information are not true.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But then people just jump on it.
Yeah.
And it's our responsibility to...
Yes.
Do you think it's also like the media, like back then, like how they used to put out what beauty looks like? Straight, relaxed hair, a slim model. That's how we used to see beauty. So like once you're not that means you're not beautiful. But now like we can see media pictures that look like us.
Yes.
So it's easier to relate.
That's representation.
Yeah. So we can relate to them now.
Yeah. I mean, the power of representation is something that is so important. I remember when I was a kid, I wished on do you know dandelions? Do you ever do that thing where you make a wish on a dandelion?
Yeah, I think
I'm being a little bougie.
So bougie.
So my cousin and I would wish on a dandelion with a long black hair. And when we moved to Ghana, that's when Diana King came out with her song. I remember seeing her with a short hair. And they had forced me to cut my hair in school. And suddenly, I was like, oh, short hair can be cool.
Yeah.
So now the media is getting it gradually. The more people we have on screen, in music videos, singing, whatever, who look like us, the more confidence it gives people. So you go to these salons, they really just don't know. So they feel, oh, a beautiful girl, I would teary and I go get me.
Okay,
I'm sure.
Experience.
But when they start seeing someone maybe like me, they oh wow, your hair is like Lydia Forson's hair. That's where we are trying to get to.
And a lot of parents too, I mean, with me, I haven't permed my daughter's hair. I think it's her choice. But a lot of parents, because it's quite hard to handle the kids. I mean, when I was much younger, just when they're just about to braid my hair, I start crying.
All of us.
You know, so a lot of parents are perming their hair at such a young age.
You see, even with permed hair, the child will still cry. Kids just don't want to sit for a long time. You know, even when you've cut their hair, Monday morning when you're going to school, putting on your clothes to become kids are. I don't have kids, but like with my nephews,
they're crazy.
Yeah.
They're like different species.
Do you understand?
Honestly,
they're always. But you see, in South Africa, they've done it very, very well.
Yeah.
If you learn how to do protective style, like twist, you can have your kids' hair in twist for like 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You can even wash and condition. So again, people don't even know these styles. Everybody thinks when you're taking your child to school, you have to,
cornrow.
and even dreadlocks and sister locks. African hair was made to grow a certain way. So there are people who have dreadlocks who don't go through that, hassle. The problem is we are still trying to treat our hair like European
hair.
So a European person wakes up in the morning from bed, he just brushes her hair and then she's gone.
Do you think kids are allowed to like take sister locks to school?
GIs they do.
They do, but that's GIS.
We are still fighting, in schools in Ghana, it is you're not allowed to even do your hair. You have to keep your hair a certain way. So it's a movement that we've started having these conversations because it affects the girl's self-esteem.
It does.
Because imagine you're in school, and it happened to me, you're in school with someone who is mixed race and they're allowed to keep their hair and it doesn't affect their studies.
Yes.
But then,
suddenly,
if I have my hair, you're too grown, you're
too naughty. You're wabaso. Labeling us.
There's a lot of education that has to go on, but I am proud to live in an era where these things are gradually changing.
Yes, you're part of a movement where you are bringing up the conversation of kids in school.
Yes,
like
it's called my hashtag My Hair Matters, where it's not just kids, even in workplaces. For a very long time, people are not allowed to have natural hair or dreadlocks in workplaces.
Even stereotype. I'm just how petty I think, or I thought in the past. I had my personal trainer, and he had dreads, and I had a different perception. He doesn't even smoke.
Yeah, most people who are really deep into their dreadlocks care for their hair a lot. The way they eat, the way they take care of themselves, is
very spiritual.
Very, very spiritual. But then, when religion, I don't limit it to Christianity, but when religion came into the picture, there's how you had to come clean. Before God, So even in churches now, I had dreadlocks and I found God and I cut my... Like, God don't care about your hair.
He gave you hair. What's your problem? So I'm going to ask you about the crazy trends on YouTube these days. Now, people put onion water, rice water. What? What's it about? Like, have you tried any of these things? Like, do they actually work? Is it like just people like concocting things in their kitchens and making a trend on social media?
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, so.
Yes.
Listen, now you see hearing action, okay? You didn't say action.
I'm trying not to, mix in.
You know what? Every day there's something new. I have tried the onion.
Your hair would stink.
No, it's the onion juice. If you're mixing with essential oils,
okay,
it's not very, doesn't smell bad. But I will tell you this. That's what I said. Naturally, if you get too excited, you end up doing organ. That's the fun part about it. And a lot of these things do work.
Okay.
But another problem here is everybody is now trying to grow their hair to look like this. We always talk about different hair types, like the type of hair I have. When I do a flat, a blow dry, it's up to here. When it touches water, it's up to here. And then there are people who start natural for 1 year and their hair is here because it doesn't shrink. A lot of these people are still out there trying to grow their hair, but it's sometimes fun to watch. I feel when it comes to food and all this, there's so much we can do. I used to just use mayonnaise to do a deep condition and egg yolk. So they do work and it's fun, and rice comes and then onion comes and ginger and carrots.
But it's messy.
It can be fun.
Yeah.
It can be fun for a while and there's something new comes. I think in all of this we're also exposing that we have still not embraced the kind of hair we have, because all of these things promise one thing: long hair.
That's our goal.
Yeah.
So we are all.
You're not even thinking about healthy hair.
No.
Just
So we are
like-
all still trying to grow our hair so that people can see our natural hair. So
And people also believe that long hair, you're beautiful. There's even this thing. Hey, is that your hair?
It's,
Yeah.
hey, me, I started natural. Like, so when people are buying our products, I always tell them this. I can lie to you and say my product is going to do, and it does grow hair. I said, focus on
Different
healthy
stage.
hair.
Hair,
It has taken me a long time to even embrace my 4C hair, because I won't lie to you that this actually will be natural. My hair is long. Oh, look, this is the length. But then someone started 3 years, and then there's you know show. So it's people are still in search of.
Me, when I started my short hair like years ago, when I did my afro, I was looking at people who had like 4B, and I don't even remember. I wanted my curl like that, so when it wasn't happening that way,
like that, yeah.
I just permed my hair because
Yeah.
I wanted something. I wasn't getting it, but I didn't know that like there's 4C hair type, there's 4B, whatever.
They're different.
But people
types.
just expect you to be a magician.
Yep.
Yes, that's what it is. And so when they don't get that, then they backlash or.
Oh yeah, my hair didn't grow in 3 days. I'm like, even grass doesn't
And
grow.
some of us are not patient. Like I have too many beauty products. I don't even with medicine. I don't even I don't follow it through. And so you don't actually see the results of the product.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of people do that too. At least give the product 6 months.
Yeah.
But a month is not enough.
No.
You know,
So
to
is
jump
it
on.
because the products are natural? Does that mean that one size fits all? Like once it's natural, your hair is natural. Anyone with any type of hair can use it, because people have dry hair, people have damaged hair, people have
low porosity
colored.
and all that.
I didn't even know the different type, but what about this? Do your products does it cut across?
So for this particular one, it does cut across, but every hair type and what it needs, its needs are. So I'll always say that, you do a hair test, you find out the kind of hair you have. When you know the kind of hair, you know how many times you can even use a product. You know what product works for you. So like the onion might work for you, or the ginger might work, for you. When you know your hair type as well, you know what styles you can do with your hair. Because like people would maybe 4A or 3A or whatever might not be able to do the kind of afro that I have. So knowing your hair type is extremely important to selecting your products. But because my product is shea butter based, the great thing about shea butter is it really does work almost for every hair type.
It does.
Yeah.
One of the things I also like about you is, which you've taken advantage, is your fame. Because I see a lot of celebrities who, I'm like, you have the numbers, you're promoting brands, and you don't have a product yourself. You don't have your own product. So I really like that you use the initiative to, create another source of income for yourself. So I think that's really, really cool.
I mean, some people,
But you're not. It's not everybody's cut out for it.
everybody's people are not.
And
cut
even
out,
sometimes you're not even cut out for business, but you have a team who are good in business.
Yeah.
So
I think we've not tapped into the power of show business in Ghana as much. I mean, this is what I've always wanted to do all my life, and I study it religiously. But people still don't even get. So when people see you and say, "Oh, so you're an actress," you can make money from your brands, from your endorsements, all of these things, and then you can, like you said, have a team of people. Another reason why I do go so hard for this, and I've never said this anywhere. So it got to a time where, every time I wanted to work with a brand, they would reach out to me. And I'm very business oriented, I know my paperwork, my lawyers, this and all of that. Unfortunately, not everybody is like me. And so they'll say, okay, we don't want to work with Lydia. She's controversial. She's this, she's that. I became a brand that not everybody felt too comfortable working with, because I knew what I wanted and I had no problem, saying it. And I'm like, if you're not trying to cheat me, why would you have a problem?
Yeah.
So I had a conversation with a very good friend of mine who was head of a very big, ad agency. And she said, every time my name would come up, people were like, yo, I think this girl can sell the product, but ish. And she doesn't know this. But I walked away, I'm like, when I calculate how much I make when I sell my products, I'm thinking how much I make for all these other brands out there. And I'm like, you know what? Instead of letting people sit in a boardroom and decide my fate, I am going to plan
take your charge.
take charge of my brand. When I'm promoting I see results. But the funny thing is, immediately I started doing that, now all these other brands started
reaching
coming
out
back.
to you.
Oh, we want to work with you. And a lot of times I'm like, I'm sorry. It gave me the freedom to say no. That I don't think because this is the plan I have for your company.
Yes.
You didn't appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I'm taking it, you
Yeah.
know, to my. So that's one of the main reasons why I decided to take this very, very seriously.
Yeah.
I think you've also motivated your colleagues as well, because I'm sure all of them were like not thinking
Yeah.
this much.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're make no mistake. I have colleagues who are also making a lot of money in other fields. They just don't do.
It's not in the public.
It's
eye.
not in the public.
Yeah,
like
of
I have
course.
people who are into property and stuff
Yes.
like that who don't. You know, I just happen to be doing a product that needs the public.
Public.
And I did it. My blog, for instance, was very popular for years, and people didn't even know I was behind it.
Wow. Wow.
Because I started it in 2000 and I think is it 12.
So do you sell, are you guys now distributing out of Ghana?
Oh yeah, we sell out of Ghana all over. We don't have a shop, and for like I said, next month we are launching. Maybe this is the first place I'll say. Launching something big.
Yeah.
But for a while now, it's just be online. We're able to deliver around.
So you have an online
Yes, yeah.
website?
Yeah.
No, we don't have a website yet. So
Jumia.
yes,
Even though
yes.
Jumia, some people try to.
So I would have people say I'm stubborn and I just do things my way. Again, I'll get all these brands who would come and say we want you to sell on a platform, but it will always give me the condition. I like to have control. And when you're in young business, it's easy to get excited. When you get excited, you want to. I refused. I said no at my own time, at my own pace. So yeah, there have been lots of people who have sent. I said no because there's something we are trying to do. Like people ask why are we not in stores, because I don't want to supply to stores when I know I cannot,
The demand.
Quality control.
Exactly. So for me, when you're growing a business, you have to just learn to walk before you
And just
run.
grow organically and do what works for you. You know, some brands, businesses have a plan. You just need to follow your plan. And people around you think that they can dictate. But it's your brand and it's your name there.
And it's easy to get why are you doing that? I always have to just pause and go look, I am still walking. Allow me to walk. When
So
I'm ready, I'll run.
So you can order on social media.
Yeah, you can order on social media.
So do
we
you
have distributors
Okay.
in the UK as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you do a lot of activations? I mean, you were at Hips last year.
Yeah.
Do you take part of all? Because right now the whole beauty industry has grown so much.
Yeah.
There's a lot of beauty fairs going on. We have Makeup Ghana, which have included Makeup Ghana and beauty.
Yeah.
And then there's another one coming up after that as well.
Yeah.
Do you take part of any of these?
So yeah, again, people reach out. Hips was a wonderful opportunity. I've known Gwen for a very long time. We're roommates.
Oh, wow.
And again, I get a lot of these, and I've had complaints where people have said, you when they call you for anything, you don't come. I was like, no, there's a standard that I want to. If I can't meet up to that, if I'm coming to your show, to me, it's
And
pointless.
because you're the face of the brand, do you have to be there all the time?
It's saying that's what I'm trying to separate.
So I mean, we could sit here and talk so much about beauty
Definitely.
and talk again.
Again.
But it has to come to an end. But I've learned so much from you, and it's just really nice to, on Instagram, you show what you want them to show.
Yeah.
And then obviously you dictate what you want to say. But like today we have the control to ask you the questions. Like you didn't want to ask because you just tell them what you want. You say what you want and like, I'm done.
I'm done.
Time out. Yeah. So at least it's nice that we were able to ask you a few questions that I think a few of them also might have wanted to ask you. And then thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I had a wonderful time. I love this. I think we are not talking enough about the growing beauty industry. Really led by women. Shout out to women in Ghana, entrepreneurs. So I love this. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and comment below.
Share, guys. Share.
Let us know what you think. I'm sure you guys really loved Lydia.
Everybody loves
Lydia.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in our next episode. Bye.
Bye.